Punchestown, Dara Fitzpatrick. What's the market like?
Market is okay today, Brian. A bit sketchy at times. We're holding plenty of money. We're laying plenty of horses. Very happy with the business.
Great atmosphere.
Great atmosphere. Huge atmosphere. Everybody seems in good form. This brings it around every year. Punchestown is a great place to come to, and people come and support it every year. It's great to see the crowds of people here.
There was lots of people back fine. They stayed loyal to the machine, of course. Loyalty, and he got a wonderful reception.
Thanks be to God he was there, Brian, because I stood Penn Hill for the max, so I was happy to see him coming home.
You say you stood him. What does that mean?
It means that he was my absolute loser on the book. I didn't fancy him. I was saying all day that I wanted to lay him. I took him on here for a good few quid in the book, and I'm not going to tell you what I took him on for, but I won a nice few quid in the race, and we're a few quid in front.
And tell me, Footpad is 5 to 2 on. That's very short. That's put on €50 to win 20. Will there be punters at Punchestown will take those prohibitive odds?
I'll tell you a little secret here, Brian. A punter, not on this pitch here, but another pitch in Mining Ring, is after having 7,500 on. So he's after having 7,500 on to win 3,000.
Win 3,000. So, yes, they do, Joe. Let's come walk about. See who else do we find. Dara, best of luck. I hope the man will be collecting. Footpad is 5 to 2 with Ladbrokes as well. Everybody having fun at Punchestown. Of course, we race here again tomorrow. Ladies, they're always a good day tomorrow. Of course, you have the champion hurdle tomorrow. Sam Crow is the novice taking on Mellon. So it'll be Gordon Elliott versus Willie Mullins. Ray Mulvaney. He's always worth chatting to. He's taking the cash. Winner each way, and you're betting. Ray Mulvaney, explain this to me. You're betting straight betting Footpad, but you're also betting without the favourite. Can you explain to me how this works?
Without the favourite Footpad, the Arkle winner is popular 2 to 5. So we take him out of the race, give the public an opportunity to bet without Footpad, treat him as a non-runner. 5 to 4, 7 to 4, 6 bar to 4 horses. The public like it, so we provide the facility.
You're taking Footpad out of the race. Petite Mouchoir 5 to 4. Castle Grace Paddy 7 to 4.
No odds on.
No odds on. Lots of options when you come racing.
I'm joined here in the saddle boxes by Steve Parker. You had a great winner on Tuesday with Draconian.
A big thrill, Ruby. Unfortunately, I wasn't here. I was in London on business, but I think Joe Foley steps in for me and did the honours. So yeah, great win.
You're here today for Castle Grace Paddy, taking on Footpad. What do you think?
Well, you should know more than me. Listen, we'll put it up to him. He's in great form. Pat Fahey said he's in tremendous form, so we're looking forward to him.
You've always had plenty of luck with Pat. You had morning assembly with him as well.
I had morning assembly with him, and he's obviously a neighbour of Joe Foley's, so we decided to give him a couple of horses, and he's done great for us. And then we run Dunvegan in the last in the bumper, so hopefully we'll have a good night in the Lord Bagnall.
Sure you will. Best of luck here.
Thank you, Ruby.
Yes, all the faces here at Punchestown 2018. On we go to the second of our Grade 1 events here at this wonderful Punchestown Festival this afternoon. It is, of course, the Ryanair Novice Chase. Look at that prize money total, €115,000, 67,850 of it to the winner. And here we go, down the card for this 2-miler. The top one, Colino Dairy, non-runner. Number 2, Castle Grace Paddy for Pat Fahey and Andrew Lynch. Number 3, Footpad, looking for a fourth consecutive Grade 1. Willie Mullins teaming up on this occasion with Darryl Jacob. Number 4 for England is Optimus Prime, wearer of a tongue strap for the Skeltons and Noel Feely. Number 5, Petit Mouchoir for Henry de Bromhead and Davy Russell. Number 6 is Saturnus for Willie Mullins and Paul Townend. And over the page at the bottom of the card, another one for Willie Mullins. Number 7, Asturia. David Mullins in the plate, looking for another winner on the afternoon after, of course, Faheen in our feature at 5:30. This is how they bet. For Footpad, as you would expect from a horse rated 166, towering above his rivals, as you just saw on Ray Mulvaney's board. 2 to 5 favourite Footpad, 5 to 1 against Petit Mouchoir. 8 to 1 Castle Grace Paddy is interesting, 2 from 2 for the season, raising his sights this afternoon. 16 to 1 Saturnus, 20 to 1 Optimus Prime has won his last 3 Optimus Prime. Interesting to see Dan Skelton opting to bring him here, saying his season has been built around this target. And also 20 to 1 fellow outsider. Number 7 on your race card is Asturia.
Yeah, it's a good race, it is, but what about this favourite, Footpad? He's pretty special, we think. I must just tell you that there's 20,200 people here today. Don't forget, tomorrow is Ladies' Day, Saturday is Family Day. It's all very healthy on the racing front, I must say.
It's 204. I saw a fella coming in over the gate there a while ago.
Yeah? Well, how can he be 4 people, yeah? Ruby, you make more sense. Tell me about Footpad now. 4 out of 4.
Not sure about that now, Rob.
4 out of 4. Cheltenham, obviously, was special.
Cheltenham was great. You know, it was the big day, and it was the first mistake he made jumping was the first down the back. But you know, obviously, the grey horse Petit Mouchoir had gone a really good gallop, and you know I was a bit far off him early on, but he came alive at the top of the hill and picked him up well. Came out of my hands at the second last and just got there, but it kind of set me up for the last. And when he was quickening down to it, there was a really good stride there. He pinged it and he's galloped every step of the way to the line. Now the winning margin might have been flattered by the speed of the front two early on, and they probably got a bit tired of it than they should have. But look, he's still a very good horse. He stays well. He's loads of speed. He's a really good jumper. Yeah, he has everything you want in a novice, and hopefully he can improve to be the same as an open season chaser next year.
And earlier this week you spoke about lack of scope. This fella's got scope, hasn't he?
This fella has unbelievable scope, but he had from day one. It's funny, the first morning we schooled him, I was actually riding Asturia, who runs in this race as well, and Paul was riding Footpad, and we rattled down over the four fences, and I thought the mare was very good, and I was going good and quick. But I could hear the horse behind me getting closer and closer. That's how good he was jumping. From day one, he's just been a brilliant jumper. He did fall once with me in a hurdle race in Aintree, but other than that, he's been very good. And he has power, but he has brains. He can move his feet. He has everything.
Well, he's got everything over fences. Now, a year ago, Willie ran him in the 3 mile hurdle. Do you think he'll get more than 2 miles, won't he?
He's won over 2.5 as a 4-year-old in Auteuil, twice. I won them both times, and I mean, he came back here last year then as a 5-year-old and was third behind, you know what I mean, Harry and Nichols Canyon, although beaten a long way. But that's a very hard year for horses when they're 4 into rising 5. It can be a difficult season for them, and you know, Willie deliberately didn't go chasing with him and minded him all year.
Yeah, I ran Comanche here at that same time as a 4-year-old as well. I thought he didn't get 3 miles. He ended up winning an Irish National, going 3.5 the following year, and being second in the Gold Cup. That's not really a true reflection. Give it a time under the belt, you wouldn't know what trip to get.
People can often come down hard on triumph winners or juvenile hurdlers. It's the following season is a difficult year for them when they get up with very little weight allowance against older, hardened horses. They can often take a year to get over that.
Sure. Well, he's a long odds-on favourite, as you'd expect. It'll be disappointing if he doesn't go 5 out of 5 for the season, no doubt about that. But he's got Petit Mouchoir again, and the mare Willie's got Asturia too. There's
Pat Fahey's horse. I think he I mean, not
he's
saying
two
he
out of, he's
a
won
likely
both
race
his
horse.
starts.
He's coming the right way. The horse he beat at Turles, we just saw him win the handicap chase there. He could run a big race now.
He travelled very well in the last race tomorrow last year, and ultimately faded off the bend to finish behind Montalbano and Riven Light. I think he beat Album Photo in a maiden hurdle, if I had the right one of Stephen Parkin's horses. But his form the last time he beat Cadmium is rock solid. He's a strong traveller, but up in grade if they get him at it. He faded quick here last year.
So the 6 runners for this concluding race in our programme, the Ryanair Novice Hurdle. We're going to have a look at Castle Grace Paddy next, who we've just talked about. Andrew Lynch rides him. 10 to 1 shot he is, and we've talked about him. He won more than 3 lengths at Thurles last time out, and handsome winner at Fairyhouse before. Number 6 we're going to see next, and this is Saturnus, Ruby.
Yeah, he'll appreciate the better ground we have here than we did have at Fairyhouse at Easter when Mark Walsh rode him behind Album Photo. He won a Grade 1 Novice Hurdle 14 months ago in Leopardstown when he beat Bree. Probably hasn't lived up to it over fences. He beat the Plot and Shed in a beginner's chase, but he has to improve to go and get involved here.
And the mare Asturia, a good mare, but surely out of her depth here.
Yeah, she did probably get 2.5 last week in Fairyhouse behind, you know what you call her, or you know what you call her that. She likes to gallop along. She's a good old leopard. She was second to Benny de Joe and Nace in an open mare's chase. She's a decent mare, but probably not good enough for this.
Optimus Prime, Dan Skelton's runner. It's hard to see him be good enough to Footpad, but he should be able to get a bit of money here. He won well at Leicester and won at Plumpton, but Worcester, but you're jumping up a grade here, aren't you?
Yeah, he hasn't ran since the end of January. But Dan has been targeting him at this race. He didn't go to Cheltenham or Aintree with him and has come here. I'd say hoping to nick the second one if Footpad gets around.
What about Petit Mouchoir? I mean, this is the 3rd or 4th time that they're meeting.
It depends on how he, for my money, behaves between where you're looking at him now and when he gets to the start. To me, he blew his chance in the parade ring and on the way to the start in Cheltenham, and he blew it again in Aintree with his antics. Now, Aintree, I can forgive any horse. When you go out under the grandstand in Aintree, under that tunnel they have, whatever way the noise and the crowd in that tunnel is, it can rattle a lot of horses. When you have a horse that can be on edge like this fella, it was always going to rattle him. You know, he won his beginner's chase here, so, you know, he could be a more relaxed horse around here.
He's a better horse than the horse that ran at Liverpool, that's for sure, entry. And he's a better horse than the horse that ran at Cheltenham. I just think the two horses took one another on at Cheltenham and he emptied. But he ran a good race behind Footpad at Leopardstown, his first run back, and he was a good winner of a novice here. And he was a bloody good hurl horse.
He was third in the champion hurdle.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a very good racehorse. So there's Dan Skelton in your shot, just moving out. Simon Muneer, Isaac Swade, Darrell Jacob, talking to Willie Mullins, Anthony Bromley with the glasses on the right as their racing manager. There's Dan, having a wonderful season, training winner after winner. He'd love to get a Grade 1 winner. There's Petit Mouchoir heading out now. He's good and relaxed. He's good and relaxed heading out there now.
Ruby, this makes good sense. Obviously, Cheltenham and Aintree didn't go to plan. He got upset, and they've obviously asked the stewards to can they mount him outside.
Yeah, that's a formality. It's only a matter of saying what you're doing, and no one's going to object in the interest of safety. So they've walked them out. But look, this is a different atmosphere to Cheltenham. The parade ring here, the walkway out, as you can see, walks into isolation, more so in Cheltenham where it walks into the crowd, and as does Aintree. In Punchestown, you walk away from the crowd, which will only enhance his chance. Now, I'd say Dave, anyway. He's a great moving horse, isn't he?
Oh, he's a gorgeous horse, and he's a great leper. God, the day he won his novice chase, I took the side with you. I was standing up to the fence past the stands there, and he winged it and around with him. I thought he was a cracker, and I thought he'd really made the transition from a hurl horse to a chaser. Then he got hurt and was out of action for a while, and then he came back and ran well at Leopardstown. Tracy, you're with Dan Skelton, are you?
It always helps. Yes, Dan here beside me, and it's great to see his father Nick here as well, enjoying the Punchestown Festival. Dan's got Optimus Prime here, and he's been very useful to you. He's had about 4 winners now, and he's stepping up in class for this one today.
Yeah, he is. To be fair, he's a fair horse, but to say he'd be Grade 1 class, he hasn't shown that in the UK yet. Obviously, we saved him back for this festival. His owner loves runners here. He's been lucky here. I'd say we're going to need all that luck.
Yes, white flag is up. They'll be off very shortly. In fact, they are. Let's go to commentary.
Off and running in the Ryanair Novice Chase, and it's the hot favourite Footpad who takes them up past the stands and on towards the first fence. Petit Mouchoir close in second, then Asturia. Behind Asturia is Castlegrave's Paddy. They're followed by Saturnus, and the English Raider Optimus Prime is the back marker of the 6. Fence number 1, Footpad from Petit Mouchoir. Then the blue colours of Asturia, Footpad over from Petit Mouchoir, Asturia, Castlegrave's Paddy, Saturnus together with Optimus Prime at the back of the field as they swing right-handed at the top of the course and go towards fence number 2. Footpad and Darrell Jacob in the lead, Petit Mouchoir, Davy Russell close in second, then a 3-length gap to Asturia, followed by Castlegrave's Paddy and then Saturnus, and bringing up the rear is Optimus Prime. Running downhill towards the back straight, the next will be fence number 3, an open ditch, and Footpad leads by a length to Petit Mouchoir in second. They're about 5 clear of Asturia, who is a length and a half up on Castlegrave's Paddy, and then Optimus Prime and Saturnus. Nearing fence number 3. Footpad from Petit Mouchoir the grey, then Asturia in the blue in third, Castlegrave's Paddy in the grey colours, slow jump by Optimus Prime, and Saturnus brings up the rear as they go towards the 4th. Footpad from Petit Mouchoir close second, then Asturia, they're followed by Castlegrave's Paddy, Optimus Prime, and finally Saturnus as they make the turn into the back straight. 3 fences in a line down the far side of the course, and Footpad by 2 lengths to Petit Mouchoir in second, then Asturia. Behind Asturia is Castlegrave's Paddy, and then the green and red colours of Optimus Prime, and back at the tail of the field is Saturnus. Fence number 5. Footpad from Petit Mouchoir. They're followed by Asturia, Castlegrave's Paddy, and then Optimus Prime, and bringing up the rear is Saturnus as they go towards the next, which will be 6 from home. Footpad, Petit Mouchoir in second. Footpad the leader, Petit Mouchoir a good jump to within a length of the leader, followed 3 lengths back by Asturia, and then comes Castlegrave's Paddy as they race on towards the next one. Footpad has the lead from Petit Mouchoir, then in third place Asturia, and then comes Castlegrave's Paddy, Optimus Prime, and back at the tail of the field is Saturnus as they race on towards the next fence. And it's still Footpad out there in front, the favourite, leading from Petit Mouchoir in second. and they're followed in third place by Castle Grace Paddy, and then Asturia, a gap to Optimus Prime, and a long way back to Saturnus as they turn now to face the fourth last in the Ryanair Novice Chase Grade 1. Footpad, Petit Mouchoir in second place. Castle Grace Paddy is in third. Then Asturia and Optimus Prime. 4 out Footpad. Good leap from Petit Mouchoir in second. Castle Grace Paddy is third. Then comes Optimus Prime and Asturia, and finally Saturnus as they race towards 3 out. Footpad, Darrell Jacob in front. Petit Mouchoir in second. Then Castle Grace Paddy. Footpad the leader, over in front, Petit Mouchoir and Castle Grace Paddy in a gap to Optimus Prime as they run the turn into the straight. 2 fences left to jump. Footpad the leader, followed in second place by Petit Mouchoir. Castle Grace Paddy on his inside. Down to the second last. Footpad, he's led all the way, he's out in front, he's been jumping well. Petit Mouchoir and Castle Grace Paddy. Footpad over from Petit Mouchoir, Castle Grace Paddy and Optimus Prime. But as they race to the final fence in the Ryanair Novice Chase, Footpad is clear from Optimus Prime gone second, and then comes Asturia. Footpad over the last and clear, Optimus Prime in second as they race into the closing stages. Another impressive performance from this hugely talented novice. A 4th Grade 1 win very easily for Footpad. Optimus Prime second, Asturia third, and in 4th place Petit Mouchoir.
Oh, another dominant performance by this lovely horse. 5 out of 5 years over fences now, Ted. He did it really well.
4 Grade 1s. That was as impressive as I've seen him. He won that every bit as easy as he won the Arkle at Cheltenham. He's a smashing horse. He jumped like a stag. He ran and landed in his hands nicely all the way. But that was as good as he can be, Ruby.
Yeah, he jumped like a buck every step of the way. You thought Castle Grace Paddy was travelling well before they turned in, and Noel Feely has given the second a great ride because he's ridden to obtain your best possible finishing position. And he's robbed as much money as he can and finished second, but the winner was in a different league. Those that took him on got tired, or tried to go with him, not take him on, got tired. But even at the last, the way he shortens up, he's so clean in front, keeps his hind end below his front end, which is so important when you're jumping. He's not going to pitch over on his head, and he's absolutely bolted it. He won like a 2 to 5 shot, should win.
Yeah. Tracy?
Yeah, thanks. Well, Darrell, you certainly turned that one into a procession. He was good.
Hey, very good. He was a little bit fresh, actually, over for the first 3/4 of a mile. I was just trying to get him to relax underneath me, but once he relaxed, then after that he jumped super, and like you say, we've always thought an awful lot of him, and I'm just very lucky to be riding today. And I must admit, I've got to say a massive thank you to Ruby and to Paul and all them. I mean, they're, as a team, Mullins, they are just different gravy. They're very good, so massive thank you to them, guys.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done.
Yes, great shots. Footpad, very impressive, justifying long odds on favouritism. Return 5 to 2 on favourite. Wins the Ryanair Novice Chase. Retains his unbeaten record over fences, and that'll be some prospect next year in the Queen Mother Champion Chase. Altior versus Footpad. Footpad wins the races 5 to 2 on favourite. Second, Optimus Prime at 25 to 1, and third, Asturia at 20 to 1. But Footpad 5 to 2 on favourite. That's 12 winners so far for WP Mullins at Punchestown 2018.
Oh, Footpad is good, but what about Fakeen? I believe it was his night. What an evening.
Yeah, what a racehorse. A brilliant training performance from Willie. A great ride by David. Took the bull by the horns and got into a really good even gallop all the way, and he was spectacular. On your shots there, you see Footpad coming in. That's Cuisine Raza leading him up, who rides him out, looks after him, and he's a great judge. It's funny, when this horse started to drift before Cheltenham for some unknown reason, now he says to Cuisine, is Footpad all right? One more, and he says, oh yeah, we're very happy. So he's drifting. He says, yeah, have more money on. So happy he was.
How wonderful. Yeah.
He's a great fella.
Yeah, 418,000 in the difference, but that's not the story. The story is Fakeen. The story is Footpad.
The great horses we've seen all week. It's been a wonderful race right up to now. I know you've been harping on about the title, but I've been excited.
Yeah, you harp as well. Don't worry. Anyway, look,
the competitor in me is starting to find this hard to watch.
That's about it. But don't forget, we're on tomorrow evening. We're on Saturday as well. Tomorrow is Ladies' Day. You must make it here if you can't tune in. And don't forget that Saturday is Family Day. 5 races for you tomorrow. We start at 4 o'clock, and it is the big match-up between this extraordinary novice, Sam Crow, and the champion hurdle runner-up, Mellon. They lock horns in our big one tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed this evening. From us all, good night.